Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, then run it back. Run it up.
Oh my goodness, it's early on a Monday from Los Angeles, California. This is Run It Back, and we did it. We are all in studio, you guys. How does it feel, Shams?
It feels amazing. It's always great vibes in studio. Welcome back, brother.
Did everyone have a fabulous Thanksgiving?
We did.
That feels like 3 weeks ago.
The longest weekend of all time.
Was that this past weekend?
Yes.
Did you cook anything?
No.
I did not.
Not you. No, I know you did.
Lou, I know you
I thought
cooked.
that was
I thought you did.
No, yes, cooking is my thing, but this particular Thanksgiving, I wanted my whole entire family to relax. So shout
Catered
out to
it?
Chef Dino, my chef
go.
cooked for everybody.
That's the way it should be. I don't know why families try
Lose
to
a
cook
giver.
anything.
Lose a giver this holiday
When they do
season.
that, it doesn't taste as good.
No, it's not as good. You gotta clean it up. Shams Charania, Stadium Insider, Chandler Parsons, Lou Will. We got Antoine Walker on the show a little bit later today, but we do have a lot of basketball. I really do feel like it's been weeks since we've done this show. And we start with Suns and Knicks. Oh, a heartbreaker. They survive at the Garden 116-113. Booker with 28, 11 assists. He also had the game-winning three-point shot with 2 seconds left. Eric Gordon threw in 25. Brunson, 35, 8 and 6. The game winner for Devin. Afterwards, Frank Vogel had this to say. It was like ice in the veins, Chandler. I ask both of you, what is required to take a shot like a game-winning three like that?
The answer is balls, Michelle. The answer is straight up balls. He is fearless, and you have to have this shot. First of all, to take it, you have to not care if you miss the shot. You have to be fearless. You have to practice this every single day and want these moments. And Devin Booker is a player like that where he is absolutely fearless. He wants this shot, and he could care less, what the media says about it afterwards, anyone else's opinion about it. He has confidence in his ability. He's rehearsed this shot over and over again, going back to the Summer League games where Joakim Noah was yelling at guys to double team him in UCLA's gym. This is just another shot for him. And when you get this many reps and you have that no fear mentality like he does, he's a killer. He called game.
A three to win the game in the Garden. That's a good one.
Good vibes.
Yeah.
I'm sure they had a good time in New York City, but when you're Devin Booker and you're the Phoenix Suns, everybody in that locker room is comfortable with you taking that shot. So when you have that confidence from your team and from the coaching staff, from your fan base, they're gonna live and die with the results of you making that shot. It makes it so much easier as a player.
So here's a fun question. He's averaging 29, 8 and 5 over the period of the last 7. They've also won the last 7 in a row. I know who was on this roster when I asked this question. Is he the most important part of the Suns?
It's tough because you've seen early on where Kevin Durant is playing every single game. That's just as important. To think that these guys were 4 and 6 and now they've gone on this run seven in a row to get them 11 and 6 is impressive. And I'm not worried about these guys not playing together yet because these other guys are getting valuable experience, right? Guys like Bates, Diop, Nasir Little, these are guys that aren't going to play as much or not nearly as much when they're at full strength. But these guys are getting valuable minutes. Grayson Allen, Eric Gordon are getting valuable minutes in the fourth quarter. But yeah, when you look at Devin Booker's game, he can beat you in so many different ways. He's one of the best scorers. He's got a huge deep bag where he can post you up. He can get out in transition.
Everything.
He's got it all. And he's he's poetry in motion to watch. Guys like him, guys like Kyrie Irving, these guys are they're fun to watch. The way he plays, he's got that Kobe kind of face up, get to a spot, rise up over you game. He's super impressive. But yeah, it's going to be him one night. It's going to be Kevin Durant one night. This team is so loaded to the top that it's going to be a different night. But it's him and KD's team.
That's fair. I mean, look, they've had a lot of injuries. We've all been a little bit robbed because we haven't seen the big three yet, Lou. But the 11 and 6 record, you didn't have KD in the lineup again. And they still managed to have this record. Are you impressed? Are you shocked? What do you feel about this?
No, I mean, they're right where they should be. This team is built for adversity. I mean, you got 3 different guys that can give you 25 to 30 points a night. So it's a plug-and-play type of thing right now. KD goes out, Devin Booker is there. Devin Booker's been out the beginning of the season. KD held it down. And imagine how that's going to look when they get Brad Beal on that team. You're going to always probably have 2 guys that can go out there and really carry this basketball team to a lot of wins. And so I think they went out and went and got these guys for these type of situations, to always have a star player on the basketball court. And so, am I impressed? No, I think this team is built for that.
Yeah, and this is the luxury that they have, right? That when one of those top 3 guys are out, these other 2 guys can carry that load and can go and get you a game winner like Devin Booker. Now, my concern is the chemistry. Obviously, they want to get the reps. They want to play together. It's not easy it's not just, okay, they're all healthy, let's go win. They're going to have to know their role, their spots, the offense, their system, everything. That's going to take time. So I would love them to get on the court. But like I said, this experience for those other guys and to be able to have Kevin Durant, Devin Booker on the floor at all times,
Yeah.
they're going to win games. They're going to stay afloat. And then fully loaded, watch out.
And I think mentality-wise, Phoenix is in a great spot with so many star players on their team because of the mentalities that they have. You know, you have guys on that team that they'll take a back seat. If Devin Booker got it going, KD is the type of player. He said it publicly when he played on Golden State. He said, look, I'll just try to play basketball the right way, try to play the game and give us an opportunity to win games by doing things the right way instead of just going out on my own and trying to win games. So mentally, these guys are the right group of guys to play together, to be coexistent and to be successful.
And also, they are deep. They have so many guys that they can plug and play to play off those guys. They got shooting, they got size, they got youth. They have a little bit of everything. So I really look forward to when they are finally full strength.
I do too, and I think we got spoiled that KD started out playing every single game, but now we got back-to-back misses. What's the extent of this?
Yeah, so he jammed his foot against the Warriors last Wednesday. He warmed up on Sunday. I think they're just being cautious with him. I mean, it's crazy. He's 35 years old, and the level that he's playing at obviously an all-NBA form. So they have 2 days off before playing in Toronto on Wednesday. There's confidence he's going to play in that game, and then they play Denver in-season tournament game on Friday at home. So, but like Chandler said, the depth that they have, like Eric Gordon, 25 points. This is a guy that's time for the minimum. Nasir Little, 11 points off the bench. Jordan Goodwin, a guy that was a throw-in in the Bradley Beal trade, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists last night off the bench. They have a lot of confidence in him. They literally got rid of Campaign.
He's been hooping.
Just so they could have Jordan Goodwin play a little bit more, and Frank Vogel liked him in their system. So this is a team that's deep. I can't wait until those 3 guys are back, though. Like, I want to see them on the floor. You want to see them build chemistry. I think Bradley Beal, they're going to be patient with him. With a back injury, I think that's likely going to take some time. But when Book's on the floor, I mean, KD or not, this team is tough because he's that good. I think he's taking the next step in his career.
I mean,
agree.
I hate to ask this now because hindsight's 20/20, but when you sign a guy and then the back issue pops up, like, do you know at all that there's a back? I mean, you know there's back problems, right? But you don't know the extent?
This one with Brad Beal, I mean, sometimes back things develop over years. I mean, you guys could probably speak to it than I can, but I think with this one, it developed in training camp. It's something that he tweaked his back in training camp, and unfortunately for him, it's something that has been nagging him for literally a month before they decided to shut him down.
And still, you can gamble with that, knowing that he's having an issue when you still have Kevin Durant and Devin Booker to fall back on, you know, so you can be patient with him coming back.
I'm still trying to figure out what a jammed foot is. KD jammed his foot.
I think when you I mean.
There's been some medical.
Is that the official diagnosis?
Is that like groin spasms?
There's been some medical terminology this year that, trust me, I lived on the injury report.
Yeah,
I've never heard of these things. This is crazy.
Are you writing them down?
Yeah, Jim.
Okay, good. Thank you. More games. Blazers, Bucks. This one was weird, man. Bucks at one point were down 26. How does that even happen? It does turn into the biggest comeback of the season so far. Giannis with 33 and 16. Lillard 31, 5 and 4. Okay, a comeback of 26 points. And granted, I know what records we're talking about with these two teams, but what's that like, Lou? Coming back from 26? That feels like a deficit you shouldn't be able to get out of.
It's pretty easy, honestly. Because you're playing with house money. Like, what else can you lose when you're down 26? So you go out there, you play free, play hard, try to make shots and cut into the lead. And once you get into a space where it gets down to 10 and 15, you say, hey, you know what, we might have an opportunity. If we can get this thing down half of that throughout, like, the third quarter or so. Sometimes third quarter, you like to manage games where you can, if it's a 15-point game, try to get it down to 7 or 8 by the next time out. And so to me, it's actually pretty easy because you don't have any pressure on you.
Yeah, like you kind of look at it like 4-minute segments, right? Or to the next timeout, let's try and cut it down. There's going to be no home runs. Let's slap a bunch of singles. Let's continue to move the ball. And on the other side, when this does happen, everything's going wrong, you feel like, when this is happening.
Right.
You know, you're not making the extra pass. Guys are trying to get it back in one possession. They're taking horrible shots. So it showed a level of maturity that the Bucks continue just to keep their head down. It's more concerning to me that they got down 26 than impressed that they came back. This is more to Portland and their bad rebuilding young team, and their maturity level obviously wasn't there to sustain this lead. But yeah, I'm more concerned that they even got down 26 to a team like this than the level to come back.
I think that's probably, what stands out the most is how did you get there in the first place? This is obviously Dame's first game against his former team. What is it like to face your former team? Is there anyone out there that's faced their former team and not felt something?
No. They're full of it. If they're and obviously it's going to mean more when Dame goes back to Portland.
Yeah.
When he gets the video, when he feels the love, when he feels the emotion, that is completely different. This is the perfect situation too for Damian Lillard, right? He goes to the Milwaukee Bucks as a contending team, hoping to win a championship this year, and he leaves a team that's in just disarray and rebuilding and doesn't have really a bright future yet. So this was a perfect situation for him, where he's not kind of looking back, following the Trailblazers if they won, who's ranked higher, how far they're going to go. The Bucks are a better team. They're going to go for this year, so there's no pressure from that aspect. But yeah, you feel a certain way, especially him. He's been there so long. He's arguably the greatest player of all time in that organization. So it means something, but the game in Portland is obviously much bigger.
And we all love a good amicable breakup, right?
Yeah,
So
sure.
this was a good breakup. You know, they talked through everything. Everybody was happy with how it went. And so I think that kind of takes the edge off of it a lot of times. And so I look forward to seeing him back in Portland, but I don't think this is anything that we really care about.
Doesn't feel.
And again,
It's just a feeling.
It's not hardened back to Philly yet.
And Portland's so bad, it's not even like a big game, right? Like it's not like it's going to be at a, so it's that's also.
Portland game is going to be crazy though.
Yeah, but
It's going to be more of a celebration than anything.
Boo! We
Yeah,
like the boos
it won't
and
be
stuff.
one.
Why do you think
it
they'll
won't be
boo?
one boo.
I don't think there's anything to silence.
Well, that's not fun,
in
is
Portland.
it? Then
Yeah.
No,
I don't
I
either.
don't think that's fun. None of this is fun.
No.
Oh, so mature. By the way, we're 17 games in, and it's still weird for me to see Damian Lillard in a Bucks uniform. Like, it just takes me a second every single time. Shams, Chris Middleton. Missed this one. What's going on there?
He sat out, and this is a guy, he had knee surgery in the summer. He's been dealing with knee issues over the last couple of years, and now he's out with Achilles tendonitis. He missed last night's game, and I think this is a Bucks team that's being cautious with Chris Middleton because we know his injury history over the last couple of years. They need him to be in the lineup and playing at a high level, and they were gradually really working him back to that mode, mid-20s in minutes, and you finally felt he was turning the corner, and then he suffers this injury the other night. He just looked like he couldn't move. There wasn't a moment he tweaked his Achilles or tweaked his body. Obviously, that would be a bad sign if you tweak your Achilles in a game, but under 20 minutes a game so far this year, just over 9 shots per game. He's averaging around 11 points per game. Those are all his lowest since 2013-14. His second season in the NBA, his first with the Bucks, almost a decade ago. So we're not used to this level of lack of production from Chris Middleton, but we just, obviously you hope he gets healthy, he gets right, because this Bucks team will need him if they're going to try to win a championship.
Anything on the medical that you want to ask about, or?
I mean, it's just concerning.
The terminology.
Have you heard of Achilles tendonitis?
Yeah, I have, but this is Chris Middleton. This is taking a long time,
Yeah, it
right?
feels
Like
like
this,
it.
and there's more downs than ups. He hasn't had to have that big week where he's going off and he looks back to normal. So this is concerning to me because he's such a valuable player to this team, and he's not been that guy this season. It's sad.
Well, he's playing less than 20 minutes.
That's crazy.
And minute
it's something-
restrictions are the worst, dude. You can't get in a rhythm. You know you're coming out. You're trying to force things. You feel this pressure to get your numbers, get your shots up in this small window of time. So it definitely is one of the more just difficult things to deal with as an NBA player.
We had Hawks and Celtics. Celtics going through some stuff. Look, they got the win. Tatum leads them. It's a 113-103 win. He had 34, 9, and 4. Jaylen Brown had 21 and 7. Trae Young, got to check on him. 33 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. But the win also had some injuries, and they're starting to pile up. Porzingis, grade 1 calf strain. Drew Holiday, ankle. They are not a team that can really afford this, Shams. What's the latest?
They're not, but they are in some ways. I mean, they're number one in the Eastern Conference. I think for them, it's about making sure the second half of the season they're right. So Porzingis, it's a calf strain. It's not a serious calf strain, but any calf, you have to be careful. He's going to be out at least 1 week. They're going to reevaluate him after that. And Drew Holiday's really day-to-day. He's got an ankle sprain. But I think for them, it's making sure he's not playing on an ankle that could get even worse, or he could tweak it even more. So this is a Celtics team that's going to be cautious with their guys, especially players that they know they'll need down the stretch.
I mean, you guys have talked about it since the beginning. Like, yes, they are number one, but their depth is almost non-existent. So these types of moments, how long can they go?
Well, it's important because, again, we talk about how this team is not deep, and their bench, when you look at, they got basically Hauser and Pritchard and Horford. That's it. So they're only playing 8 guys. So it is concerning because you need this team to be full strength, but they need Brown and Tatum healthy. They can't afford to have one of those two guys go down. And again, I don't think these injuries are serious. So the fact that it is early and it's nothing that's going to let them, miss, substantial amount of games. But it's important. This team, with the lack of a deep bench, they need to be fully loaded. They need those 20 and 10 from Porzingis. They need that defensive effort from Jrue Holiday. So it definitely hurts. But how concerned can you be with a team that's number one?
Right? It's weird.
I'm not concerned.
It's like you don't want the extended period. Lou, can we talk Tatum for a second? 34 points on 25 shots. He's going to have to do this, especially if these guys are out.
This is business as usual to me. He's one of the 2 guys on his team that's expected to shoot 20 to 25 times a night. He's always going to give himself an opportunity to go get 30 points. So I don't think the injuries really matters how many points he scores. He's going to go out and try to get 30, 35 every single night, whether they're there or not.
It's efficient. I like that. On the Hawks side, Jalen Johnson will be missing some time. How long is that expected to be?
4 to 6 weeks with the left wrist injury. It's the good news here is there was no full break, no fracture of the actual wrist itself. If it was, he would have been out multiple months, 3-4 months you're looking at. So it's a brutal loss nonetheless. 14 points, 7 rebounds a game, 2 assists. He's 50-40 splits this season. He's a guy that's emerged. He didn't get much playing time his first 2 years. I know, Lou, you played with him.
Yeah.
I'm curious your take on his ascension this year, and also the loss now that they're going to be without him for at least the next month.
I hate that he got injured. Finally got an opportunity to play, get on the floor, get his feet wet, and having success while doing it. Averaging 14 points, like 14 and 7, which is a really good line for him. And how this team play, they like to play fast. They like to play up and down. He was a lob threat. He was one of the bigs that would get out and run in a break with Trey and DeJounte. And so just a bad break for this team and a bad break for JJ. So I hope he gets healthy and pick up where he left off.
Yeah, you always hate to see this when a kid has finally got that breakthrough season on the rise, and then this happens. So like Lou said, I hope this isn't anything serious. The Hawks, they do have guys to plug in. They have DeAndre Hunter, Sadiq Bey.
Yep.
They have guys like that to get these minutes from. But this is a guy that we're talking about most improved player potentially. Like, he has been absolutely hooping this year. So you hate to see it this early.
And just being there with him, he was super patient, positive attitude, never got down on himself, continued to work, kept his head down, just grinding it out, having an opportunity, man. So this is a tough one, but I look forward to seeing him get back out there.
He didn't play much when you were there, at all.
He didn't play at all. In fact, Nate McMillan barely knew the kid.
What is your name?
Nate barely knew the kid because Nate had tunnel vision on what he was trying to do, and Jalen wasn't a part of that at that time, and so he kind of got some of that rookie treatment, So to see him on the court, it made me really proud to see the things that he was doing, and so to be out 4 to 6 weeks with a wrist, man, that sucks.
In your
Could be
face, Nate.
It could be wow. Okay.
No, really.
No, really.
No, really. Another game last night, Spurs and the Nuggets.
How about them Spurs, Michelle?
Nuggets cruising past the Spurs. Yeah, that's fine. 132-120. Jokic 39, 11, and 9. Porter Jr. 25 and 7. How about Wembanyama? 22 points, 11 rebounds, 6 steals, 4 blocks. He's now tied for the most steals and blocks by a teenager in NBA history. Look, the Nuggets have still lost 4 of their last 6, okay? Jokic is doing his thing, but the production from everyone else, I would not call that consistent. Who needs to step it up?
Well, they need Jamal Murray healthy, first of all. They're a completely different look without him. We all know how important he is to their championship runs. Obviously, and they're getting good minutes from Reggie Jackson, but the bench, we talk about Peyton Watson. Is he going to be that guy? Is Christian Braun going to still be this valuable piece that he was in the playoffs and the finals last year? Colin Gillespie?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how deep he was going to go in that roster.
He's going all the way, guys.
Those are the guys that we were talking about this preseason that, okay, who is going to take those Bruce Brown minutes? And we haven't yet to kind of find someone to establish themselves as that guy. But I think it starts with Jamal Murray, obviously being healthy, being that 1-2 punch with Jokic. We know what Jokic is going to give you. He's going to give you these gaudy triple-double stats. The other guys are going to be solid. KCB has been solid. Aaron Gordon. These guys, they have that infrastructure. They have the roster. But who is going to give that spark off the bench? Because we haven't seen it yet from those young kids take that jump.
You heard him, Shams. When do we get to see Jamal?
So I'm told Jamal Murray will not return tonight against the Clippers.
Oh, so we're close, though.
We're close.
That's something.
But after tonight, it's going to be a day-by-day process. They're going to see how he feels over the coming days. He could return this week. He could return as soon as Wednesday at home against the Rockets or on the road Friday against the Suns. They're going to just see how he feels literally day by day. But the fact that they're at the point now where it's every single day you see how he's feeling. Denver's just 5-5 without him this season. So like Chandler said, this is a team that's totally different. They're a beast of a team without him, championship team without him. And he's one of the game's, to me, one of the game's great competitors. He's a guy that always turns it up come playoff time. That's what you need. And so he's just going to make sure he gets right. It's regular season time right now, but I'm sure it's eating at him. I saw a video. He was shooting jumpers during halftime in street clothes. So this is a competitor that it's eating at him to be sitting these games, but his return is imminent for the Nuggets.
Yeah, day to day we're in a different world now. By the way, is there any chance that they, via trade or anything, go look for some scoring?
Well, they're young right now, and this is a team that there's not going to be a lot of contracts that you want to get off of, right? Like the guys that other teams want, like Christian Brown, you don't really want to trade a guy like that. And the rest of the contracts are really veteran players. So I think this is a team that's going to be patient. They have their roster, they have their core, and they have a bunch of young players, Peyton Watson, Christian Brown, Colin Gillespie. They have guys that they can build around on the bench.
It's funny, they just had Bones Highland, who could have been that guy, right? They could have used that bucket off the bench.
Well, Calvin Booth said we can only have a couple, one guy that,
But who is that guy? Who is that guy now on the bench? You know what I mean? Like
Christian Brown, but does he bring enough offensively? He does everything else. He's a utility player.
I think he's a more solid, well-rounded NBA player. But if you need a guy to go and get you a bucket to close the game.
Who's got something?
Calvin Booth said what?
He said, I'm paraphrasing, but he's something to the effect of you can only have, certain amount of just offensive-minded players. They have MPJ. He said
something about not playing defense, and it was a shot basically at MPJ and Bones Highland. They had to get rid of one of them, and they're not getting rid of.
All right.
But also, that's my point. They could really use that right now. Christian Braun is great. He's versatile. He can do everything, but they need a bucket getter off the bench. They need a Lou Will off the bench.
Oh, is it happening, Lou?
Uh-oh.
It's happening. Okay, we're gonna do this every day until it happens.
I love being here with you guys. Trust me.
Yeah, right. Look, Spurs have lost 12 in a row. Chandler, this is not for you, so just lay out.
Okay.
Are we looking at a trust the process situation here?
Well,
No.
I mean, do we have a choice?
No, I don't think we do.
I mean, listen, when you lose 12 in a row, you got to be positive with something. And so I don't remember the process being this hard.
Oh, come on. Yes,
I don't remember it being such an uphill battle, but this is going to be growing pains. Your best player is a 19-year-old kid. So it's gonna take some time. And so is it similar to that? I guess so. I don't know, Chandler. Michelle?
They stay in these games
This
sometimes.
is your team. Are you trusting the process?
I have to trust the process.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I didn't think it was going to be an
choice.
overnight change.
Yeah, in all seriousness, this is what they had to imagine is going to happen.
Absolutely.
Right?
We talked about this earlier.
Yeah,
We said they're not trying to. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think they're trying to go out of their way to
They had some big wins early. We got excited.
Huge
if
wins.
they get through this season and Wembanyama is healthy, that is a win.
That's
and
a
they
win.
can continue to grow Vassell and Keldon Johnson and Sohan, these young guys. That's all that matters. They're not expecting to win games this year. It's just to lose 12 in a row. It's hard to do.
I think my prediction was they add maybe 8 to 10 wins from last year's record. That was my prediction.
What was that record?
And I don't even know if that's going to happen. 20 something. It wasn't great.
They're on pace.
They're not winning 30.
They're on pace to not do it.
They're not winning.
Guys,
30.
I don't like the attitude that we're starting.
The future is bright.
12 losses in a row.
The future is bright. The present is tough.
Wow, okay. You know what? The other night, Clippers were in San Antonio. I was working this game, actually. Kawhi, as Kawhi does when he comes back to San Antonio, hearing the boos, and Pop did not like it.
Excuse me for a second.
Pop's on the mic.
Stop all the booing and let these guys play. It's got no class. It's not who we are. Knock off the booing.
Pop telling the fans to lay off.
Zoom in on Michelle.
I was
Say
shocked.
that,
My
please.
favorite thing
I looked
in the
at
world.
our stage manager.
When
I
I'm
was like,
fed up from now on out, I'm just going to throw it out.
never heard of such a thing. And by the way, we are booers. I am from San Antonio. I've been a Spurs fan since I was a kid, and I love to boo. So for the record,
it's part of the game. This is like a high school coach that felt bad.
It was okay. So I know that I was like, I've never seen or heard that. Have you guys ever seen that happen?
No, absolutely not. But he was right about one thing. In the 17 years that I've traveled to San Antonio,
Yep.
the most classy, energetic fans that I've experienced. When you travel, I'm telling you, it's not that nice.
But it's like a friendly, but like the boos were never like violent or ominous. They were just boo.
Yeah, class act fans. I think Pop is just at a place where, you know, Kawhi's been on 2 teams since then. Like, let's let it go. Let's get over it. And he brought a championship there. Like, what are the
But you can't tell people how to be heartbroken.
But this is such old news. Like, you got the new future. You got.
How long are you?
I mean, some people mourn forever.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think Pop was right by getting in front of grown people that paid their hard-earned money to do what they wanted to do. I don't think that was the.
I love they got louder after he.
They got louder and they never stopped booing the rest of the game.
Yeah,
it was
said,
loud.
Pop,
I like
you
that.
might have us confused, Pop.
Right. Yeah,
I was at his first game when he came back the first time with Toronto.
Yeah.
In I think it was 2019, or it was January.
That's an
January
angrier boo.
2019. That was
mean.
That was excessive booing for sure, but it's gotten lighter every single time.
Every single time.
I don't know.
What's the issue? I missed the issue.
Well, he asked for a trade from San Antonio.
It was not a great breakup.
Yeah, it was acrimonious for sure.
Say. I mean, look, I've booed him as a fan.
I mean,
as an employee of the NBA.
But do we
No,
have
I
Kawhi literally saying anything?
No. That's the thing is,
He never said anything.
he doesn't care. He's a robot who's amazing at basketball. I think he had a couple shots after that were like, see, that's the booing's not helping, but it just makes you feel better. It's cathartic.
Michelle, I'm
for
gonna break
fans.
some news. Kawhi Leonard is probably top 3 funniest teammates I've ever had.
Get out.
Everybody has him confused, but I love it.
I love that though for
What's
him.
the funniest Kawhi Leonard moment?
funny,
that you
like-
that's
Listen,
PG.
Funny how?
For the sake of his reputation, I'm keeping these things to myself.
Is he a
but
joke
I will
teller?
tell you,
Is it
he's-
corny? Is it
No,
Is he
Kawhi
sarcastic?
Leonard is a hilarious human being.
Dang it.
Is it like dirty joke? What are you talking about right now?
Shams. I have no
Yeah,
scoop.
Shams wants more. He wants
Give us a
details.
joke. We want to
have
go
nothing.
watch.
Give us the punchline. Give us the punchline on one.
Hey, there you go.
The laugh is funny, actually. All right, for one day maybe in the break we'll get some scoop. We don't have to share it. All right, we've got a quick break here. When we come back, 3-time All-Star NBA champ,
Chicago
Antoine
legend.
Walker. Yep, he'll be here when we come back.
Antoine Walker, Chicago legend.
Run it back, run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back, run it up, and run it back, run it back.
Last second shot, score, pull up on the block.
Antoine Walker. What a shot by Antoine.
Score.
Yeah, there it is. He's an
Legendary
NBA
shimmy.
champ, 3-time All-Star, 12-year NBA vet. Antoine Walker is here. Thanks for joining us bright and early on this fine morning. Let's talk Celtics. We saw you there, 13-4, best record in the NBA. As far as Celtics starting fives go, where are you putting this one?
Of all time?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
I mean, that's too early for now. It's too early for that. The jury's still out. We got to see what they accomplish and if they can stay healthy all the way through. But I like this team. I like the makeup. I think adding Drew, was amazing to be able to get a guy like that with championship experience, a guy who's going to allow Jalen and Jason to still be great offensive players who's not going to get in their way and take shots away from them. So I love what they put together. I think they got a great chance to make a deep run, get to the finals, and hopefully win a championship. I love this team they put together.
All right, I know how Paul would answer this question, but you, Paul Pierce, that lineup, how would y'all fare against this version of the Celtics?
They're deeper than us. I got to be honest. They're deeper than us. They can go 8, 9 deep. When me and Paul was together, we probably was 6 deep.
Oh, man.
I mean, we probably played 6 guys. Me and Paul played 40, 42 minutes a night. We didn't have the depth that this team has right now.
Antoine, you were part of maybe the best draft class in NBA history in 1996. You, Kobe, Allen Iverson, Ray Allen, Steve Nash, Stephon Marbury. At the time, who did you think was going to be the top dog, the best player in that class?
Myself. I don't think arguably. I think we do have the best draft class. If you really look from top to bottom, honestly, if you go into the second round and guys that have been very productive in the league and had good careers, we probably do got the best class from top to bottom. But I mean, it's tough. I mean, at that time, you're thinking. For me, I'm feeling like it was a situation. You guys got to remember the Celtics had Len Bias situation that just happened. They had a really tough drafting. Tough. Dominique Wilkins had left the year before and went over to Spain. So for me, it was an opportunity of a lifetime to get an opportunity to come in and play. And I always tell people what was overwhelming for me, and was the best thing for me. Bird was still a part of the organization. Obviously, Red Auerbach was still around. And then you got Tommy Heinsohn doing TV. Then ML Carr is the head coach and GM. Dennis Johnson is the assistant. Casey Jones was the assistant as well. So I came into a situation where I was around number of greatness, guys that knew how to win, wanted to win. So I was just a part of the first step in the rebuild process of getting the Celtics back to being a championship team.
All right, Antoine, you led the league in three-point attempts 3 different times while you were in Boston. Someone famously asked you why you shot so many threes. Do you remember your answer?
That was All-Star game after a rough night. It was All-Star weekend. I should say it was a rough night, so I was a little frustrated with the questions at the time. I didn't really want to be there, so I said, because there wasn't no fours.
I mean, that's a good answer. I think it's so funny.
That's incredible.
I would laugh if somebody gave me that answer. Look, you were a man ahead of your time because now people are shooting threes left and right. Why did you shoot so many threes?
I was very lucky. Jim O'Brien became the coach after Rick Pitino left. And Jim O'Brien coached me in college. A lot of people don't know that. He was the head assistant coach at the University of Kentucky. So he knew my game really, really well. And he basically gave me the green light. He wanted me to shoot 8 to 10 threes a game. He thought that was a big part of what we could do spacing-wise. Me and Paul being on the same floor. That's where we had our success at. Because if you're going to double Paul, then you're going to leave me open to be able to shoot a three. So it was just, I got to credit, Jim O'Brien for actually opening floodgates for me and allowing me to shoot so many threes and not, getting on me. I know it was tough for fans in the beginning. I had to deal with the booing and sometimes, people getting on me. But the coach and the team knew that was part of our game plan every night.
See, booing, it's part of the game. By the way, would you guys be against if they ever added a 4-point shot to the game? Would that?
Yeah, because the records, we can't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't do that, Lou. Don't do that, Lou.
Lou's thinking about it.
But you know what? I didn't really think about the records.
What if you did a cutoff with the records and you're like, all right, these are the new records?
Yeah, my give and take is it'll probably mess up the game because everybody isn't Steph Curry, but it's definitely going to be a lot of imitations.
But
I like the idea of a 4-pointer.
So you've had obviously one of the more famous on-court celebrations with the shimmy. I know
Yes.
I did growing up. How did that come about? Do you remember your first time doing it? Tell us about the shimmy.
Man, come from college. So in college, we always used to dance and just having fun off the court and stuff like that. So in the game, one game in college, I did it, and coach didn't say nothing. You guys, maybe you do or you don't know, Coach Pitino's a really strict, disciplined coach. So we pressed. We pressed a lot. So when we played, we were a really pressing team. So he was like, look, as long as it don't stop you from getting in the press, you can do it all you want. So I just kind of saved it for like 3-point plays or like special moments during the game when I used to do it. But it kind of carried over. There's only one coach that told me I couldn't dance, and that's when I went to Dallas. Don Nelson told me he didn't want to see me dancing. Oh. And that was the only coach that actually had a problem with it. But it just became like natural. It was something that just came out natural when I started playing, and the fans started to like it in Boston, and started to do it. And then I think Tommy Heinsohn, the one that made it called it the shimmy, because I didn't give it a name.
Wait, did you ever do it in Dallas?
I did it one time. He stopped me.
That's how he found out.
Yeah, Don Nelson. I mean, he's like, yo, I don't want you dancing.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say, I got to do what Don say. It's Hall of Famer. You got to do what he say.
Fair. He hated dancing.
Is it true that is it true that Shaq yelled at you in Game 6 of the Finals for doing the shimmy? What's the story on that?
Yeah, I got we was on a comeback, and I got an and one in the third quarter, and we was making our run, and I started shimmying on the floor. Man, he came and snatched me up and was like, nah, we ain't doing that yet. So yeah, Shaq was nervous like this. He must have been nervous.
We've seen some of the guys today doing it now. Steph will do it. Dylan Brooks comes to mind. You got a favorite modern day shimmy?
That I like? I mean, I just don't like the fact that I don't get enough credit for it. I don't mind him doing it. I like Steph's though. Steph's is really good.
Yeah.
I like Steph's shimmy. But I just don't like the fact that I don't get the credit for it, that I started that I made it cool to be able to dance on the court.
Yeah, true.
You might not get it from the media, but the players know.
Yeah.
The players
About to get it now, though.
Yes, it's important. By the way, you did the shimmy against Michael Jordan. How did that go?
Yes.
How's that work out?
It don't work out well. Listen, look, the first 3 years when I got in the league, I came in the league in '96. Obviously, I went against those great teams that won championships. I was 1-11. So I won one game. And that was the first game that I played against them. And in my second year, we won the first game, and told me I'd never win again, and we never won again.
Sheesh.
God, it's
But
scary.
I got my revenge, though. Two things came to first thing first, when he came back in '01, I was kind of the main guy. Lou and Chandler, y'all kind of knew. So I was the guy in Chicago that kind of ran the runs, the pickup ball. So he had to call me to get all the guys to come work out with him. So that felt good about that. He had to go through me, to get that going. And then obviously I became very close with him and became a really good friend in that time when he came back with the Washington Wizards from 2001 to 2003. And just got an opportunity to be around him, but I never changed my demeanor and the way I handled myself. But I also dominated him too in those 2 years too. We beat the Wizards. We dominated them. We got back. We got them back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Antoine, like you said, you did pickups with MJ. You guys trained a lot together over the summers. So what was that like? What were those pickup games like? And also guys coming through. I know LeBron came through at one point. What were those runs like, especially with LeBron in there?
Well, it's two parts to it. One, Michael wanted, obviously, when he came back, he wanted to play against the best competition. I think at that time, if you think about Chicago history, we probably had 20, 25 pros just in the city alone. So the runs were really good. Then you add the Bulls players, and then obviously guys flew in to work out. So those runs were legendary. Michael wanted a real tough competition and really wanted to, put himself through a test on his way coming back. The funny story, LeBron came. He did come, and LeBron didn't get a chance to play. He played at the end. You guys don't know. He didn't get a chance to play. He was in high school.
He was young then, right? Yeah.
He was young. Yeah, he was in high school. And I'm going to be honest, Tim Grover was one of those guys. If you was a paying client, the paying clients were going to play first, no matter what. They were going to get their workout in. So LeBron got to play at the end. So we didn't really get a chance to see LeBron really go at it because he played like the last two games. But he did come up there for a week and worked out with us, did individual instruction and those things. But he didn't get a chance to get in the runs back then.
Sounds funny that LeBron didn't get
weird.
picked to play.
Yeah.
Did he ever? Did he face off against MJ? Like, did they? Because there's pictures of them on the court together.
No, that working out. I said, yeah, individual instruction and that thing. But I'm talking about the actual runs, playing pickup ball and getting intense into it. LeBron had to wait. Mike gonna play 4 or 5 games. Y'all know that the veterans gonna play 4 or 5 games, and they putting that ice pack on after that.
That's funny.
God, that's weird.
You also you played on that Miami Heat 05-06 championship team. Shaq, D Wade. What was that like playing with those two future Hall of Famers?
It was special, man. Not just those two. I would be remiss to leave out Gary Payton and Alonzo Mourning. Those two guys as well, being able to play with those Hall of Fame guys, and then playing for Pat Riley. But it was fun. I mean, the way we put the team together, it wasn't perfect. You got to remember Stan Van Gundy was the coach for the first 20 games before Pat ended up coming down coaching. And it was a roller coaster ride because Shaq ended up missing the first 20 games. He got hurt the first game of the season, so we had to figure it out. So it wasn't the prettiest season, but the goal was only to win the championship. That's all we cared about. We knew if we got it together, gelled at the right time, we got in the playoffs, nobody could beat us. And obviously, Dwayne Wade had one of the most amazing finals that we've ever seen that year. He was simply amazing.
Championship was accomplished. You guys pulled it off. You gotta let me in. How crazy did y'all go in South Beach after winning that championship?
Well, we won it in Dallas, so we stayed in Dallas. This is crazy. We stayed in Dallas till about 3, 4 in the morning. And we asked Coach, can we go back? So we ended up charting the flight early, like 8, because we wanted to get back to Miami. But Lou, we went to the strip club. We did Dallas Gentlemen. We went to the strip club. We went there and had a ball. And it was special. Miami is special. You know that. So the details of it, I don't want to get to that, but we spent a lot of money that night. We spent a lot of money. We had a ball. It was for me personally, I always tell the story. I partied for 30 days, 30 nights.
30 for 30.
As you should.
How?
I mean, it's the summer anyway.
Right.
You got time.
Season's
But 30
over.
days, 30 nights, that's a lot.
There's no shoot around tomorrow.
No, I went 30. I took one of my boys, and we tried to hit all the popping cities. I was going to the ESPYs. I'm going to tell you, I tapped out at probably like day 23. I supposed to met the team for the ESPY Awards, and I think I got alcohol poisoning. I think I was done. I didn't make it to the awards.
You know what? Having gone, you didn't miss anything. You're fine. You're good.
But I didn't make it. You could go back and look at the foot. I didn't make it. The whole team made it. I couldn't make it. It was a time. I tried to go 30 days, but I got like the 22, 23. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's
Really good.
That's legendary.
That's a heater. That's a real heater.
4 for me is a lot.
2 in a row is a lot. What I'm talking about.
Yeah, the back.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Now. Don't try to make it seem like I'm a junkie
no.
or something.
No,
Don't
it's
do that.
legendary.
Y'all guys you got to run a week, 7 days.
Oh,
a week.
what's
But
your
you're a
run?
champ, though. We just
I'm
party.
currently on one right
had something to
now.
party
There's
about.
no hate coming from me.
We had something to party about. We just
No.
going
You're just
outside.
doing it.
Yeah, just hanging out.
No reason.
Antoine,
No, I understand.
after that 06 NBA Finals, I think D-Wade was considered by some to be the best player in the league. What do you think made him so great and be able to emerge as one of the best players in the league, if not the best player in the league in 06?
D-Wade work ethic was incredible. I think a lot of people don't know this if you was behind the scenes, but the way Eric Spoelstra and him worked every day, he played a huge part in Dwayne's development of his individual skills. I mean, the way those guys used to work every day and work on different moves and kind of perfecting this game. But D-Wade was special because he wasn't your typical 2-guard. I mean, he attacked the basket like no other. He wasn't the guy that was going to bail you out and shoot 4 or 5 threes a game. He was going to consistently be in attack mode. He was one of the best off-the-ball defenders of getting the passing lane, to get down in the break and great in transition. So, especially watching him at that time, just young Wade, it was something special. He was super athletic, could get to any spot on the court, and also his competitive. I mean, obviously being a little biased, I'm from Chicago, but he has that competitive drive like no other to be great. So that's what I think separated D-Wade, because D-Wade is only like 6'2", 6'3" on a good day.
It's crazy.
Like he ain't like 6'5", 6'6" walking around, but he finished it. The way he finished around the basket, you would thought he was that big.
Recently, KG sat down with Paul Pierce and said that Jordan Poole literally doesn't belong in the NBA. Harsh facts. Do you agree with it? Do you think it's a little too much? What's your take on it?
Yeah, that's a little bit too much taken out here. He definitely deserves to be in the NBA. This guy, his production speaks for itself. Obviously, it's off the court. I don't know him personally. I mean, obviously, it seems like he gets into different situations with different guys, streaming from the Draymond Green situation. So maybe that's what it is. But basketball and ability-wise and the way the game is set up now, yeah, he definitely could be in the league. I mean, he definitely should be in the league. Great three-point shooter, can go get his own shot. It's tough to say that, but I don't know what he's like off the court. So that's the problem. I never got the chance to meet him. So, I mean, those guys may know some secrets that I don't know.
Man, to not deserve it. All right, Antoine, we appreciate the time. This has been awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. We got
thanks for having me,
scoops.
guys. I love the show. You guys doing great.
Thanks,
Appreciate
man.
it,
Come on
brother.
anytime. We got more after this.
Chicago icons.
Run it back, run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back.
I mean, there are some days when these are amazing, and I think this first one right here with Luka is crazy.
What happened?
Watch.
I see.
The other
I saw
angle,
that.
you can see, if there's the other angle, you can see it better. Yeah, there you go.
This is crazy just because he could have just easily just thrown it over him.
Yeah, but why?
Probably was a turnover that got lucky.
Yeah. Should have been a steal.
Why must you squish fun things?
It is an outrageous thing to do.
That is an outrageous thing.
All right, fine. Is this better?
Oh my
That I can get jiggy with that.
Is it a
I like
travel?
that.
Did he travel?
Oh, we're not. That's not.
That's the Chicago Bulls
Doesn't matter.
jersey?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
He is, wow, okay. Yep, that must be fun.
Rockets.
Guys.
Oh, it's Jalen Green.
Oh, there's one of the courts that I don't
court
hate.
sucks.
No, I don't
Bang,
hate this
bang.
one. It's pretty.
No, this one, he touched the earth.
Okay.
This court, you like this court?
Every
Yeah, I like
time these
turquoise.
courts come up, they steal the show. I don't know, man.
Well,
We're not even supposed to be talking about the court.
We were just-
literally
I
hadn't
wasn't,
said
but-
anything about.
I think we still show this even if he missed the shot, because this was that. He didn't step on his foot.
No, he
Clean
didn't do
trip.
anything,
That was an
yeah.
absolute
Yeah, you love a clean one.
rake-off.
things were just embarrassing for a brief moment. I think the court's cool.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do actually.
A
All right,
star
but how about
doesn't
here?
think so.
Oh,
welcome back.
The disrespect of the 2 feet, 2 hands. You know what I mean? I feel like there's like a real risk here to fall on your back.
A power up is disrespect.
Did we
Yeah.
really just get 2 highlights from the same family or same game?
Same.
Wow.
This is the same game, right?
Yeah.
And Miles Turner blocked shots. This was nice. This was nice.
Yeah, I think this is good. See? He likes it. Oh, this one hurts. Yowza. I mean, it kind of is bad.
Oh,
it was going to be great.
I like the behind the back. I like the attempt.
That's a block shot. If it wasn't Wemby, we wouldn't care.
It's a block shot from a little guy.
I'd like to see him use the left there.
I mean, in
Okay,
real
you know
life,
what?
he's 6'2".
yeah.
But he's Whittle compared to
He's just a Whittle guy.
He's a Whittle guy. It just came out of nowhere. Must have felt cool. I think that would feel great.
It's just a free, yeah, that's good.
Oh.
Here you go.
My dear.
This is a highlight.
But 2 highlights in one.
Yeah,
The
hit him with the-
bang, yeah.
Don't finish your breakfast then. Look at
Who's
it.
that, Capella? Another really good shot blocker.
He was
Man.
there.
No fear.
He did try.
Look him pat their head.
I mean. Okay, this was a fail. I hadn't seen this one yet, so we're
Finally, a halftime fail. I've been waiting for one of these.
Oh no.
so mean.
Oh,
No! Oh, no!
yes.
What is wrong with
No,
you?
because
Lose the
Either
meanest
way.
one up here. I didn't know.
Great place to get hit.
But I saw one, it was like this lady was stacked on top of a man, and I was like, this could be catastrophic. She falls off.
And you
she
rooted
fell.
for that.
I mean, this guy's got a broken rib.
This could have really ended
He's out
worse.
4-6.
Like, he could've-
Rib.
Shams.
You
saw
think that?
rib?
By the way, you thought that's where his
Run that
ribs
back.
were?
Look, that's not a rib, brother.
Yo, what?
That's not what I thought.
That's worse than a rib.
Shams, get the scoop on this guy's end. Get the injury report on that cat.
Wait, you thought those were ribs?
I did.
That's a growing injury for sure.
Are we doing dog of the week here? Oh, we're gonna go to break. Well, then let's make fun of Lou for being the mean one again as we go to break. Run it back. We'll be back. We'll close things out. But I was waiting for a halftime fail, he said.
Yeah.
Listen.
Run it over, run it back, yeah. Run it over, run it back, run it over, run it back.
Frock party. Chandler, why don't you start?
You know what? I'm gonna start with Nicholas Batum.
Are
over
you now?
5.5 points. Come on, this guy, he can knock down 2 threes. I'm going Nicholas Batum over 5.5 points tonight.
By the way, we're sticking with the Lakers stickers. Oh my, I'm done.
We're sticking
Lou,
with
go.
the Lakers Philly game is what she was trying to say until she had a siege.
Lou.
Tonight I like D'Lo to go for 15 plus.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it simple.
I'm gonna keep mine simple too. Joel Embiid, a double-double.
That's
Seems
That's a safe.
yeah.
okay, but who's getting more right than usual? Me, this guy. Like,
Sick
we're all
odds.
in a loser's bracket.
Sick
Like-
odds, Michelle. 270. You're gonna lose money if he gets double-double.
I know, I'm really not quite good at this. Feel good to be back in studio. Everybody, yes. Any changes we want to make for tomorrow? Anything different we want to do? No.
I like the temperature in here. They figured it out. It was a
Okay,
little toasty when we first got in.
Temperature's good?
Sopping wet when we should have started.
You're wearing his belly diaper. Lou, how are you feeling?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
We have guests this week. We have Vince Carter tomorrow.
Love it.
Jeff Teague.
Jeff Teague and Kenny Beecham.
Oh, Jeff Teague has been
Shout out to
something.
Kenny Beecham.
Teague's got stories.
Do it.
Teague,
Will he share some with us?
Teague's hilarious.
We'll fact check him live as he's telling them. That's what we're going to do here. That's going to do it for us on a Monday. Enjoy everything that's happening tonight out there, and we will be back bright and early in the morning.
Is that your mic?
Run it back, run it up, run it back, run it up, then run it back, run it up, then run it back, yeah.